Guys, this is not a video I wanted to make. If you guys remember here, I've announced it a couple times. I had a friend of mine buy a bunch of knives off of Temu, 5 knives, and we were going to review them. And it's taken a long time for it to show up, and they've been straggling in. And so I've been filming those segments and setting them aside for the full edit. But this one showed up, and I just refused to even add it because this is a counterfeit. And as much as I might not like Greg Medford as a person, he absolutely has the right to be upset when people counterfeit his knives. And this is a problem. This is a big problem because this isn't like those movie replica knives that you saw in my videos. These are absolutely counterfeits. They're clones. They are knockoffs. They're using his markings. They're using his labeling. They're using his name. So we're going to turn this around and we're going to take a look at this from above. And it's in no way, shape, or form a recommendation of this knife. But we do need to talk about it. So let's turn this around and take a look at it from above. All right, guys. Like I said in the intro, I did not want to do this. I was hoping I wouldn't ever have to. It's the second time I've accidentally bought a clone, and it's not 100% my fault, and I don't blame my buddy. I had a buddy that was buying knives on Temu for me, and he knows nothing about knives, and he got this, and I think it was like 30 bucks because I wanted 5 knives to do a video with. Well, this showed up, and it's 100% a Medford Praetorian Tonto knockoff. Absolutely 100%. Now, I don't think Greg Edfer did knives in D2, and I know for 100% that he doesn't put the markings on the blade like this for the steel. It's usually a code that goes with his logo. So this is 100% a knockoff. And these things happen all the time, and he's right to be upset about it. I don't like Greg as a person. I do appreciate the fact Greg is one of the most talented machinists out there. I just don't personally like him as a human being. That does not alleviate the fact he has every right to be mad about this. This is his intellectual property. This is his design. He came up with this. This is his knife design. And for somebody to go and make a duplicate knockoff copy of it and sell it for probably under, it's probably under $30 on Temu. I don't know. I haven't looked up the price. And then to use his imagery and his logo, knowing that Greg is a veteran, knowing how proud he is of his service, it's 100% wrong. And then just even on this, they didn't even go to the trouble of spelling things right and doing, look at this. There's spacing errors. There's hard work, hone, STY, love of one apostrophe space S country and treating people right, which I don't think Greg actually does that, but that doesn't matter. But it's got all this information on here to make it look like it's a Medford knife, and it's not. It's not even close. I've handled the Medford Praetorians and not a knife for me, but there's a lot of issues with this that you don't see in Greg's knives. Materials, the way things are done, these sharp hot spots, the way this feels in hand does not feel like an actual Praetorian. I mean, they came close. The action on it absolutely is not like an actual Praetorian. This is a very, very difficult knife to manipulate, but they did go out of their way to make this look exactly or as close as they could to a Praetorian, and that's unfair. Quick step in while I was talking about that, I noticed this after. This is so bad. Look at that. That is when they cut the lock radius. They just burned the temper of that. Look at that. That is something, as much as I don't like Greg, that's something you won't see on his knives. They are very well made. Just one more thing. It's unfair to Greg. It's unfair to other knife makers. It's unfair to everyone when this happens. And if you buy counterfeit knives, you are part of the problem. I hold everyone that buys counterfeit knives as responsible for the counterfeit knife industry as the people that are doing it. You are part of the problem, and you are reprehensible. You are stealing from people. And the problem too is people will buy knives that are these close. This is even worse. People will buy these knives that are so close, and then they will go on secondary market sites and they will sell these as the actual item. And people will get them and think they got the actual item and then be upset and then give the actual brand a bad name. This does nothing for our industry, the knife industry. The knife makers, you know, it does nothing for them except bad things. This thing is not going to go anywhere. You guys aren't ever going to see this in another video. This is probably just going to go right in the trash, or I will tie it to something and use it as an anchor because it's heavy. everything about counterfeit knives is wrong and reprehensible. And on top of the fact, like I said, I don't like Greg, but I absolutely hate the fact that people are doing this. Knife makers put their blood, sweat, tears into making knives, making designs. As a knife maker and a knife designer who has had one of their designs copied and cloned and sold on Amazon, I understand getting upset about it. The only thing that I can say as a plus is if you have a knife that you know that you've made it as a knife designer when somebody copies your design, it doesn't make it any better because you don't make any money on the sale of that knife. So it's just all around a bad deal. And like I said, if you're buying clone knives, like I did it by accident twice. I bought accidentally bought a clone Strider, and I bought this one through a disinterested third party who just did it for me as a favor, so I would be surprised by the knives that showed up. You are, and I don't curse in my videos very often, but you're a fucking piece of shit. And that's all I got to say about it. And don't come in here and try and justify buying a clone knife. Like, it's just rated as good, but at half the price. No, it's not. Materials aren't done the same. The craftsmanship's not the same. The feel in hand isn't the same. You are never going to get the same feel from a counterfeit knife as you will from the original. Don't buy those counterfeit Norsemans. Don't buy these counterfeit Grimsmos, the counterfeit Grimsmos, the counterfeit any of them. Don't buy the Striders. None of it. Just stay away from it. This is I just get so upset. I'm so upset. I am upset for Greg, and I don't even like him. That should tell you how upsetting this is to those of us that really take the knife industry and the makers and the designs seriously. I just, as much as I dislike the individual, I'm mad for him in proxy, and I gotta stop this because I'm just so mad I can't even talk. Turn us around and talk about this later. Yeah, like I said, guys, like I said in the intro and I said in the body of the video, I have been a big opponent of counterfeit knives for years. A lot of these knife makers I'm friends with now. And the fact is that just taking someone's intellectual property, using their logo and all of that to make a buck is absolutely horrendous. I mean, it even uses his markings. So yeah, guys, no way, shape, or form do I recommend you buy these. So with that being said, guys, that's the end on this one. If you want to support the channel, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. You can simply like, share, and subscribe. Those are free. You can do those for free. The like button, it doesn't cost you anything. Just go over and pop the like button and subscribe. You can also share the content with people you think would like it, but you can use my affiliate links down below. That directly supports the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything at checkout. Knife Ship Free, GP Knives, all those knife companies down there. I just get a portion of it at checkout, especially that Amazon store. Take that, pin it to your browser, use it for all the Amazon shopping you want to use. I have a couple links that will save you 10% at checkout. Coffee Brand Coffee, Tempered Trail, American companies that do not counterfeit things. Coffee Brand Coffee, so the best coffee you get. Tempered Trail, awesome hand-stitched swallets and outdoor laces. You can also save 10% by using my coupon code crazysharp at KATSU Knives, Fair and Forged Knife Works, Rosecraft Blades. You can support the channel by joining a membership down below. You got all kinds of options. You can look at that. I do have a public Discord you guys can join for free. It says join the community down below. Yeah, guys, that's it on this one. I love y'all. Keep it clean in the comments section. Don't buy garbage counterfeit knives, and I will see you in the next video.